Real deal, Ray, your intuition's mouthpiece. When that monkey mom wants to take over, and we're doing something very special. Wonderful, beautiful day here in Northern California. It's like 80 degrees or some shit. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, so the plan, the intention, what's going to happen is I'm going to do an energy reading with Sachiel. And then what we're going to end up doing afterwards is I will do some angelic card pulls or angelic card pull readings for everybody. So in a minute, when the room kind of fills out, what's up? I see foreheads in here. Don't forget to, Danny, what's happening? Lick that motherfucking like button, okay? On the way in, as you're entering in, literally just go, okay? Now, whether you want to go from the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, that's a personal choice. You know what I'm saying? Lick that like button. Robin, what's happening? Dorlee, Baptiste, what's happening? Welcome. Yeah. Quinika Westbrook, salutations. How you doing? Come on in. How's everybody doing, man? I know a lot of y'all don't have this weather that we got here, but damn, how's everybody going on? 8 heads in the building, 3 have only licked that like button, okay? Don't be no unreciprocating lover, all right? Don't be no unreciprocating lover, all right? Reciprocate that shit. Woo, what's happening? What is going on? What's the his apps? I'm doing fantastic, woo. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it, everybody. Hope y'all are absolutely excellent and well. Just to reiterate what I was saying before, Robin Belcher, blessings to you. What I'm going to do in a couple minutes here is I'm going to do a general angel energy read or an angel read with Sachiel. And then afterwards, we will do some individual, Sachiel may have some shit to say to each and every one of you. If you're happening to be on the live like you should be, then, Sachiel definitely has some shit to say. As a lot of you know, tomorrow, less than 24 hours to get in on the Rapid Cash STIMMY ritual, okay? The 7-day angelic payout, working with Sachiel. Sachiel is, for better or worse, I guess you could say, an archangel. There's different levels to angels and stuff like that. He's actually she's actually classified as a cherubim. Dot Joyner was popping. But Sachiel is that angel, that archangel for wealth, water. You'll often hear water and money are basically synonymous. You know what I'm saying? Because water basically represents our currency, and it flows just like our currency. So Sachiel is basically the one in the angelic realm, one of the bosses with the sauce as far as for your bag and your abundance overall. His other specialty, which I think really leads into that one, is removing any blocks to abundance that you may have, any contracts with poverty. Sometimes we have poverty contracts sometimes coming into this world, and it's my belief that it's kind of our way of, it's the process in which that we neutralize and get over that. That's the real prize. You know what I'm saying? But some of us just get stuck in the poverty thing and that's it. But Sachiel removes blockages, energetic blockages, emotional blockages, spiritual blockages to you living your abundant life. And I was told specifically that the after effects of this ritual will, we're talking a year, 2 years, 3 years, if not more. So I was actually shown some information. I think I mentioned this before, but how some shit had happened, good shit. And immediately my mind was brought to a particular ritual that I totally forgot about. And it was shown to me because we have to remember that the fruits, the harvest of a lot of the seeds that we plant It's not just about you do a ritual, something happens, and then you think, okay, that was the end of it. It can still keep going. You know what I'm saying? Just like negative shit can too. So I was just shown a demonstration about you know, we're the ones that get caught up in time. The spirit realm is not relegated to time like we are, or our concepts, our minds are. So, don't be surprised, man. A lot of the shit that you do, you're reaping the positive or negative benefits from things from a long time ago, So just had to say that. 10 heads in the building, 6 have licked on the like button. Okay, so I imagine that we may have some 68 not OU ones in the building, but we don't play that shit here. So go ahead and lick that like button if you haven't already. Okay, lick that motherfucking like button. Woo woo, yes, Carmen Webb. So yeah, I personally shied away from working with angels, primarily because when I got into the occult, when I first started getting into my occult sciences, I had to do a lot of work to undo a lot of the religious and, for lack of a better word, Christian bullshit that I was inundated with. You know what I'm saying? And so like a lot of people who go from one extreme to another, you end up kind of like hating the other extreme and kind of like being against it and shit like that. You'll find especially a lot of new occultists, they love to debate and argue and all this other shit with religious folk and stuff. And I won't say I was totally that, but I had a big piece of that in me because I had like a chip on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? But what I ended up finding out was that chip on my shoulder was an emotional block. It was an emotional charge still tying me to certain beliefs and shit like that. So when you have no emotional charge, that's how you know you're done. You're completo. You know what I'm saying? It's finished. Finito. So, took me a little bit, but I gotta say though, that's one of the hardest spells to break right there. If you're stuck in if you're into this occult shit, if you're about this life and you've had to, deprogram yourself like that, I commend you. I tip my hat if I had one, or my whatever skull cap to you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Let's see what we got going on in the comments here. Hey, Chakra of Sight, what's going on? Shout out to you. Okay, so we're 8 minutes into it. I know some people are going to be rewatching this, and I wanted to do something general for everybody, and then we'll get into some cards for those of you who are here. Melvin motherfucking Brown, yo. Shout out to Melvin Brown. I didn't understand that one, bro, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know, Go check out Melvin Brown's channel. He's a gifted storyteller as well. You know what I'm saying? So if you like hearing and learning things in story form, he has a lot of that. You know what I mean? Ashley B, shout out to you. That club lit. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is, man. I bet it is. I bet it is. We got some sex clubs out here too, They call them the swinger clubs and all that. It's that dark side shit, But yeah. So, okay, 17 heads in the building. Y'all are slacking. Like, first of all, let me just say this in the name of Sachiel. Y'all are slacking like a motherfucker, man. Only 9 motherfuckers got moist tongues to lick the like button. Really? Manifest King, shout out. What's happening? Y'all are fucking nuts. And y'all still ain't doing. You're like, no, I'm not licking. I don't do those types of things. Okay. Shit. All right, so we're going in 9 minutes here. So what I'm gonna do is just we're just going to I've already kind of did my little meditate. I do that GTA. Because it's 80 degrees here and it's beautiful. And yeah, man. And the other one is because I can. Okay? Let me see. The Audraverse, like number 10 here. Okay, I ain't mad at that. Kamira Davis, what's going on, KD? I am doing fantasmic. All right? Fantastically. All right, so we're going to do this general. This is just a general angel read. So if you are tuning in, I'll probably see if I can put a timestamp on here because I know a lot of people don't like to see me babbling. But oh, fucking well, it's live. And I haven't been live in shit about a week or I don't know how long. But anyway, so let's get into it. Let's do it. I just licked the thumbs up on your video. Okay, good. Kamira Davis, well, you're not a newbie. You know what I'm saying? You're not a newbie, so you understand that. You know, Camaro Davis comes with a nice moist tongue to lick that like button. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you? Okay. What's going on, Brandon? I just sent something out to you. I don't know if you checked your email. Tracking numbers. Melvin Brown knows about all that tracking numbers. He lives in the fucking post office too. Personally look forward to yours. Oh, right on, Chakra. Appreciate that. Keep Nick Richards. It's very interesting that you're doing this now when I'm doing pathway. Ha, see? That's what I'm talking about. And you know what? I even said, Nick, I said, because I did a meditation before I came on, and I'm like, Sachiel, like, let me know. You know, show me that your presence, you know, is here besides just what I feel. You know what I'm saying? And I take that, sir, as a 100% bona fide, what do you call it? Synchronicity. Yes, Kamira Davis, after I do the general angel read, we're going to do I'm gonna do individual card pulls here. Get as many as you as I can. Okay, so with no further to do, all right. What you gotta say, man? What needs to be here? Shimano 5, shout out to you. Absolutely, KD. I wouldn't expect nothing less from you. Dot Joyner. Well, right on, Dot. You know the time. You know the time. You know what time it is. Okay, come on, Sachiel. Sachiel. Everybody, you can just, in your own mind, just say that word, too. Just say the name. Just say his name, you know? All right. You watching at home, you can say the name. Crystal Ball, what's happening? All right. Just a moment. Okay, for this one, I'm going to do 4 cards, and then we'll do just a bonus one here. Nice one. All right. So, just a moment. I don't know why, but I don't even know why this is coming up, and this is like one of the first thoughts, and it's never really that type of thought when I think of this card, but I felt like also somebody here, he was, I don't know, kind of like, I say he sometimes, but sometimes Sachiel comes through as like a she, you know what I'm saying, to me. So like, I don't know, shim, he, she, whatever, I don't know. But somebody else has, somebody also has, and I'm taking it that this reading is also kind of like to assist people in removing their own blocks if they're removing cords and shit like that. There's also, okay, thank you. All right. So yeah, some of you have some unborn children or aborted children spirits around you that you know, also need to cut cords with, whatever the situation was, whether you vehemently did not want the child or whether you did and it was miscarried, or maybe you were coerced into getting rid of it or something like that. But those need to also be removed, as I'm being shown here. That's like the first thing that kind of pops up. I'll show you the cards here. Okay, so we have an 8 of spades, and this is the one that gave me that thing. 7 of spades. A lot of spades energy here, you see? 4 of spades. So If we're talking about blocks, you know, a lot of times in my particular system, the spades, they come through as spades energy, but it doesn't necessarily mean nothing is inherently good or bad. Everything good has bad in it, quote unquote bad, and everything negative has positive in it. So you cannot get away from that. It's called duality. Um, okay, so okay, thank you. All right. Some of it's not so much of a blockage, although this card does represent blockages like a motherfucker, fenced in and shit. But it's an 8, so it can always be turned upside down. Sometimes people ask me, well, how do you know if it's reversed or not? A, number one, how I feel about it. B, for example, how many of these are pointing up versus how many are pointing down. Okay, most people don't catch that. But I do. So, anyways, so with this, something was coming through. Sachiel was just saying something about you giving away your spiritual energy. Now, once again, we live in this world of duality, okay? You have your physical energy, and then you have your, you know, life force energy, or your spiritual energy, or your ashe, or your prana, okay? The thing about this, and it can be tricky, right? With spiritual energy, when you give, which is another reason why I like to give and just do free reads and shit like that, is it actually feeds your spirit. However, when you're dealing with certain individuals, though, and that shit gets to going, you know, way more than it should, it starts to affect you physically. So sometimes what's good for spiritual energy can deplete you physically. And certain physical things obviously can deplete your spiritual energy. Okay, so for some of you, there is also this question of spiritual, or you know, your personal life force, your personal chi, you know, whether it's being depleted by some of the ways it can be depleted is, you know, and I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying, because I'm sure guilty of this shit, but too much sex, busting too many nuts, okay, way too many nuts. I incarnated here with an exemplary amount of fucking sexual energy. So I might be able to get away with, you know, squirting a lot more than the average man can. I am an anomaly, okay? And I make no apologies for that. However, though, it has, they've been tugging my ear, you know, before about that shit. But that can start to affect you, okay? Hey, Adela, what's up? Cheers. What's up, cheers? Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't mean to get distracted. Let me get back to the reading. Okay. Robin, I see that. Okay, so the other thing is, okay, so besides that too, like energetic depletion, okay, don't forget too, you can also create energetic blocks, obviously with your thoughts. You know, just like you can create an opening with your thoughts, you can damn sure create a locked door with your blocks. Okay, I mean with your thoughts. Okay, your thoughts will crystallize, maybe not into a material object, but into a situation that just seems to you, as the person you are maybe in that moment, that is just unsurmountable. Like I can't get around it, over it, or under it. You know what I'm saying? So and thank you, Robin. Actually, that's a very good point. Trying to please everyone. See, you got to remember, anything in excess can be detrimental. I don't care what the fuck it is. I was just watching something on some lady who died because she drank too much water. And she ended up basically kind of drowning from the inside out because she was doing some contest. I'm sure many of you heard about that shit. It was like a while ago, but my point is, how good is water? We're made of water. We need water. Most of us are severely dehydrated, you know, but too much is going to fucking kill you. You know what I'm saying? Too little will kill you. So you need, it's 8 is another one of them numbers that is, you know, you could say is equally balanced as well. Your thoughts, you can create thought forms and stuff. Many of you have thought forms. You have an attachment to a particular thought form, which is this, collection of thoughts or ideas that pretty much kind of govern that particular area, or whatever it is, that compartment of your life, maybe your whole entire life. Maybe it's a thought form that sits on top of or is a part of your self image, how you actually view yourself. Because it doesn't matter whether you believe something is possible or not, or probable that it can definitely be done. A lot of people know that, but then when it really comes down to themselves, deep down inside, they don't believe they can do it. And one of my challenges is to bypass that shit. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of individuals, because that's something that's very, very prevalent. A lot of people, they have their own ghosts that they unwillingly and unknowingly made, that are walking around with them. And when they fail, when they feel hopeless, when they feel that they just can't do it, or they don't feel they're good enough, which is one of the main thought forms, basically decimating humanity, is that whole thing, like, I'm not good enough. That is a huge belief that many of us have, and it is a very trick. It's like malware. It can break apart. And so when you do a scan, you don't find it. And then when it's time to collect information or time to do something, it comes back together like Voltron. You know what I'm saying? So you need to watch out for that. You definitely need to watch out for that. Another thing, though, that I'm saying he right now because that's how it's coming through for me, is Sachiel is saying right now, the need also, because water flows. Anytime you're in your flow, you're not going to have to worry about money or anything else. Yes, certain challenges may arise. You may recognize them. This is kind of a challenging thing or whatever, but you don't get flustered about it. You don't make it a god. And that's one of our main, that's what a lot of you do, is you make certain people, situations, whatever, you make a god out of it. And then it subsequently ends up having godlike powers over your life. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't know, it's actually a false idol. It's actually a false idol. So another thing about flow, the masters of fucking flow are children. Anybody who's ever watched children, especially the younger children, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7. After that, they start thinking they growner than they are and shit like that, or they want to be growner and shit. But children are, as much a pain in the ass as they can fucking be. But if you look at their nature, they just emanate divinity. They have a playful attitude, basically, unless they're a really bratty little motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But they have a playful continence about them. But one of the main things that I noticed is children can just flow. They flow. Watch when they play. If they play and they fall, if they're trying to ride a bike and they fall, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. They don't sit there and fucking judge themselves like that. They're free. Thank you, Woo. You know what I'm saying? So a part of, and the way this came to me is, see, this would represent blockages. Here, Jack of Hearts also represents a child. Or like the heart of a child. Or another way, if you want to talk synonyms, your inner child. And I know that sounds hella retarded, you know what I'm saying? But it is the truth, because we all have one, whether it is suppressed, whether it is, and you know it because when you tap into your inner child, you can't help but fucking feel good. You can't help but be playful and stuff like that. I'm not saying being a fucking clown and all that shit, but it's just, maybe sometimes you can be a dork, fucking spaz out and be a fucking dork and have some fun. Children love to have fun. And there is something divine in having fun, or even making something that technically shouldn't be fun, because you're the alchemist and you're in control and you determine what is going to be for you. What's it going to be for you? That's your choice. You know what I'm saying? So being able to take certain challenges of life and just take more of a, kind of tap into your inner child. I found for me that tapping into my inner child really helps me get into my flow state. And when you're in your flow state, like that's when the magic really, really happens. You are basically, to me, in my opinion, when you're in your flow state, it's like you're interfacing with the divine, like in real time. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the keys, your attitude and your emotions towards something or someone is what creates the reflection that you see back, i.e., their behavior, the way they treat you, the way this circumstance just never seems to fucking change, to the point where you've had so much pain and disappointment that there's a part of you that is actually scared of getting another beat down, another whooping, and you don't want to try, even though outwardly and consciously you want to do it, but you have a safety mechanism in there that says, you know what? Because humansies don't like pain. You know what I'm saying? We do what we can to run away from pain and run to pleasure. Okay, so the inner child is a master of that. I remember, do you remember being a child having to do something that you didn't want to do? Like, for example, go on some type of a trip with your parents and, you're asking, are we there yet? Are we there yet? You know what I'm saying? But maybe you don't have no toys with you. But I mean, this is especially for the kids like back when, before all this internet shit, when you had to be creative. You take a fucking hairbrush and turn that into a spaceship or a gun or whatever. And next thing you know, you done played for like an hour. And, you done turned something that should have been just boring as fuck, that you can't do nothing about because you're a kid. TV. Yeah. Delamaki says, my parents making me play with other kids that I didn't like. We those kids. Yeah, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. And there's a certain level of imagination that is required for that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a muscle. If you don't use it, it'll atrophy. It's still there. It's just dormant. But Sachiel was basically saying how, that's a way to untangle it, because whatever the situation you may have going on that just seems to be harder than a motherfucking rock, when you change your attitude towards it and your emotions change with that, you're going to see it start to, like, if we're using, I'm gonna quote Bashar, he was talking about how when you're too rigid, when you're too attached to something and your emotions are all out of whack, it's like the clay hardens. When you can get into your fucking inner child shit, when you can get into your flow, that shit softens up and now you can make it whatever. When I say having a playful attitude, it doesn't mean that you're acting immature. It doesn't mean that, that you don't care about the outcome. You're just not attached to it. So therefore your emotions are not locked down by this outcome that needs to happen so I can feel better. Okay? And of course, yeah, I'm sure they're not going to want to hear that, but thanks. We got the 7 of Spados. Okay? And hey, I can't be mad at you, Manifesting King. I always thought I was Spider-Man. I literally tried to climb walls for probably about a good 2-3 years. I used to pray every night. And actually, quick story, I was actually shown something from way back when that I totally forgot about that was interfering with my magic cow processes. And it was, in my grown adult opinion, it was like, this is stupid as fuck, okay? But, and some of y'all are gonna laugh or whatever. I don't give a shit, because it's real here, okay? We keep it real here. Anyways, I used to pray every night to the God that my parents told me was always listening to me and I should pray to every night. And I used to always pray to make me Spider-Man, give me powers to be able to climb walls and shit. And it never happened. And what I ended up in my little kid ass mind coming to, the assumption that I started coming to, was there's something wrong with me. I know it sounds fucking dumb, and I totally forgot about this shit until it was brought back to me, and I was like, wow. And I already know I'm not stupid. You know, when something comes back to you and it's totally just like out of left field, pay attention to it. Okay, pay attention to it. But yeah, so here we go with the seven of spades. Now, once again, we all know, if you've been watching me, whatever. Okay, seven is a number that's going, there's, you know, some self introspection that needs to be happening here. Okay, to maximize this as far as getting unstuck and getting and releasing any attachments or any cords or anything like that. Get the fuck out of here. Say what? Hey, Aaron, what's happening? Today is National Superhero Day. What the fuck? For real? Okay. Yeah, all right. Shot, thank you for that. I didn't know that shit. Here we are talking about superheroes. Another one, you know? So, yeah, anyways, with this is like, the way it's coming through for me is, you don't need to necessarily go looking for what's going on, Angela. You don't need to go looking for, you know, what might be blocking. Like, that shit will come up. It's just simply about paying attention. You know, it's simply about paying attention. And, but this having to do, of course, also with your spiritual nature. I just was, you know what? If you was to sit down by yourself for a minute, even if you know you don't really have too much indoor rock climbing. Yeah, right. If so with this one, what I'm getting is, if you sat with yourself and said, you know what, I am God of my universe, of my shit. You know, I'm my own universe and I'm the supreme of my universe. You know what I'm saying? If you was to start kind of just saying that to yourself, can you notice anything? I don't know, you know, coming up, you know, anything that wants to contradict that, anything that wants to counteract that or say that's bullshit. No, you ain't, you know, shit like that. Hey, Latoya, you know, Azar El Ben Yahweh. Yeah, so if you can, well, that's just one thing to do, that, or one can do, because the blockages and bullshit will automatically rush to the front of the auditorium. You know what I'm saying? They will. So you don't have to go trying to like search and look and stuff like that. Like, it'll come up. It's really all about, can you pay attention? Because that's really all it requires, is just attention. And you know, these things also want your attention because they're attached to your self-worth. They're attached to your self-esteem, how you esteem yourself. How much do you esteem yourself? You know, and that's not a black and white thing either, because you can esteem yourself really high, let's say in your career, and that's why your career is going really good. But as far as, are you worthy of love and shit like that, that's why your personal life is a fucking mess, or vice versa, or maybe all around, you know, whatever the case is. But the point of this is, and I know why he's bringing this up, is you want to start stirring up the pot. You know, you want to start having these things start to come up. You want to invite them, matter of fact. It's not about battling them. It's not about arguing with them. It's not about trying to suppress them. It's not about trying to positively affirm the fuck out of them so they go away. No. No, 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 no. It takes a little bit of something, but I'm telling you, each and every one of you can do that. If you can, I call it sit with your bullshit. Sit with your bullshit. That's what I call it. Sit with your bullshit. And I don't even want to say bullshit, because a lot of times these things that come up, They are, and I've used this analogy before too. They are like they are like the check engine need oil, check your windshield wiper shit, on your car. You don't get mad at your car dash, right? It's alerting you to something. It's letting you know, hey, you know what I mean? You might want to, or hey, one of your tires is low. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Now, the way that your bullshit may affect you, you may really not like that. But I would ask you to take another look at your bullshit and say, hey, you know what? It wouldn't be there, A, if you didn't want it there, or if you didn't feel that it served you in some way or at some time. So, friend or foe, bro, state your biz. You know what I'm saying? So, at one point in time, I might have been more of a friend to you. So, rather than, demonify your bullshit, I call it just your bullshit just because, but maybe it actually ain't even bullshit. Here's another thought. Maybe it's not even actually other bullshit. It was just debris from a former you that's still there. And at the time, that former you was doing the best that they could at that particular, level of mind that they were at, and with the resources that they had. You know what I mean? Now that you may be gone, but them constructions from that you still exist now, okay, until we deal with them. And a big thing too, also, he's telling me, just like, is acknowledging something. He told me that a lot of your stuck points are like little children trying to get your attention, and that just like any other child, they're going to keep fucking getting on your nerves until you go ahead. Maybe you squat down and you look them and like, hey, what is it that you want? What is it? What's going on? And let them. Oh, okay, blah 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 blah. And sometimes, a lot of times, they just want to be heard. Unless they're one of them pain in the asses, always want something to eat and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so a lot of this is just, because what you're actually doing is you're acknowledging and you're actually accepting, these other hidden parts of yourself, these other hidden parts of the self, these little shadow parts of yourself that really the only way to get rid of them is to like acknowledge them, is to let them be, is to give them their time in the sun, is to give them their shine, is to like, okay, you can be here as long as you want. And you'll find when you have that attitude, they won't be there long at all. Matter of fact, a lot of times they'll get gone. You know what I'm saying? But along with them coming up and getting gone, they leave you with wisdom and information, inner knowings of shit that you just totally missed the boat with before. You know what I'm saying? Deborah. Miriam. So, yeah, that's that. I'm just taking my time, folks. Don't mind me here. Okay, so the last thing too, he's also saying that for some of you, don't be afraid to move around. I know this is going to come through a bunch of different ways. He's basically kind of showing me the connection between the body's energetic and electric system, and of course your spiritual, astral body, emotional bodies, the system, stuff like that. But I got this, and he was talking about, some of you, as far as if we're talking about wealth blocks and stuff like that. I've been speaking on this a lot too, because it's been shown to me just how important it is, and I'm gonna give you something here about being able to relax. You can use tension to relax, but you got to notice that you're tense first. So if you're having an emotional reaction to something, if you can catch that you are having an emotional reaction to something, right? You'll know it because stress and everything tenses up. You know, you'll probably more than likely feel it somewhere down here, maybe up here, wherever. But just tune in to that stress. Now, you're not trying to make it go away. You're just watching it. You're like a peeping Tom neighbor watching his sexy neighbor take her bra off and her panties off, okay? And all that. You know, but you're just watching. You're just watching, okay? So you just want to watch it, and probably a few seconds after you watch it, you will start to notice it change. Maybe you'll notice it's more compressed right here. You might notice around where's the border for this feeling, because you're just watching the feeling, okay? But and then once you start noticing it, you're just going to because you're going to remember to breathe. Because a lot of times when you're all the time, usually when you're stressed, when you're tense, the first thing that you stop doing really is breathing. Okay, so we're just going to continue to breathe, no particular way, in particular. Biometric warrior, there you go. Miss Cookie, what's happening? So you're gonna watch that shit, and then you're gonna breathe, right? And you're just breathing, but you're just watching. You're just paying attention to it, and you will notice it start to change, you know, and start to shift, and dissipate. Actually, is what it's gonna start to do, you know, and if you notice that you're really tense around certain kinds of situations, maybe you're really tense, or whatever, around a certain person. Maybe it's approaching people to talk to them. Maybe it's getting started on that project that you've been fucking bullshitting on. You've been jacking off and shit, with it, and you should be getting to it. But every time you go to get to it, it may not even be no bright, super strong thing, but there's that feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is going on here? What's this about? And after a few times, what ends up happening too is, like, you kind of start to desensitize yourself to that particular stimuli, or whatever it was that used to, just get your circuits, grind your gears and shit like that. So that's another thing he was telling me about being in your body. And also, of course, taking care of yourself, moving around. One of my new things that well, it's not really new, but like, I fucking love walking. Walking is the shit. First thing I do when I get up, I throw my shoes on and I go for a walk. And then I walk later on at night as a form of low intensity cardio after my workout. You know what I'm saying? So I get the positive ions and I get the negative ions. And walking around with like the full moon out and the stars and shit like that, it's just like, it's fucking therapeutic, man. But it has definitely helped me, because don't forget, your subconscious mind is all in your body. So if you're not moving around and shit as much as you can and stuff like that, and I don't know why that's somehow tied into self-sabotage, as far as some of the reasons, especially in a park. Yeah. Angela, fantastic. Well, of course you do. Woo woo, absolutely. See, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. You're tapping in for that. But yeah, well, we all know this, because this is also a card of, if it seems like you're sabotaging yourself, because what I like to do is, when I go for a walk, what I kind of do also is, besides just walking, of course, is I pay attention. I just scan my body, and I see wherever I'm holding tension, and I just kind of notice it. That's all I do, and breathe, and breathe. A lot of times I've been practicing, because sometimes I'll put weights on. I'll put like the weighted vest, and then I got 20-pound ankle weights too, so I'm looking all crazy like fucking a gladiator, walking around in the dark. Fucking police done rolled by me about like 10 different times, and they just looking at me like, what the fuck? Because I be walking like in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Murray, thank you. Where was I going with this though? Oh, I be paying attention just to where I'm holding tension. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm doing that because I'm practicing. Because what you end up doing when you start doing that is you get even more and more and more sensitive to energies. Why is this important, Shanga? Well, if you're a magician, if you're an occultist, if you're whatever, you're working with spirits, demons, whatever, that's one of the ways that you know that they're there. You know, some people are just so desensitized, they can't feel really anything. You know what I'm saying? So being able to get more familiar and more sensitive with your energy and what's not your energy is very important, because that could save you a whole lot of time and trouble. But not only that, it's just becoming that much sharper. Why wouldn't you want to know your energy versus when someone else is trying to intrude on you, or if they're trying to suck your energy, vamp your energy, or if you have a negative energy around, it may not just be you. It may be something in your vicinity, because spirits do pass through our homes and shit. And yes, Angela, fantastic. Thank you. Shout out to Brandon Murray once again for the $10 donation. Thank you so much. Angela Fantastic says, I hold energy in the grounding chakra. Yeah, and that's another thing. Thank you for bringing that up, because you just reminded me. Besides paying attention to my energy, I also be sure to ground. A very simple way that you can ground without having to go. Me personally, I don't like being without at least some socks on. I fucking hate being barefoot. I'm one of them. I have flat feet. If I stand for long periods of time on like a cold floor or something like that, it shit ends up like bothering my lower back and shit. So like, I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But I still do it. I'll go out in the grass or whatever. But if you're fully dressed and you have shoes and socks on, and you you're not gonna fucking take your shoes and socks off somewhere and stand up and trying to ground. But a way that you can ground yourself is to put about 20% of your consciousness, of your awareness, so not a bunch, just a little bit, on the feeling of the ground pushing up against your foot. So I do some of that as well as I'm walking around, and I'm just another thing I do is I'm breathing. I'll have my tongue right here, right, to connect the circuit, because if you turn to the side, there's a circuit that runs like that, and it connects right here with your tongue. A lot of these Qigong and Tai Chi people, they have been, I don't want to say misleading people, but they're not given the full story, because this is very, very important. It's been said a lot of different cultures, they were like, if you're not talking or eating, this shit should be on top of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? The roof of your mouth, or kind of you flip the tongue back, because there's the major spot is back here somewhere. I can actually touch that spot, with my tongue. But in some cultures, they would cut that piece of skin right there so the tongue can go back more, so they could make that connection. But yeah, I be breathing and I just be grounding. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother told me when I was little that the Welsh witch ancestors in me, why I crave. Yeah, I mean, who knows? But anyway, so wrapping up this energy read. I know this was long. Hey, fuck it. It is what it is, right? 10 of diamonds. This is the card of the millionaire, okay? It's definitely the card of the millionaire. I'm telling you right now, Sachiel wants to work some major miracles for you. And you're going to find, if you join the 7-day cash STIMMY ritual, the angelic payout, 7-day angelic payout ritual, rapid cash STIMMY ritual, the miracles far supersede just money alone. There's so many things that contribute to your abundance and you having an abundant life besides money. And of course, money is important. Yes, absolutely. Do I love money? Yes, I actually do. I'm empathic. I noticed that when I'm around nature, I can release energy back into the universe a lot better, and I feel better. Yeah. Kamira, I would say almost, it's like breathing, right? You can't just keep breathing in. You also got to breathe out. Duality, once again. And you can't just breathe out. You have to breathe in also. So you need both. You need both. You need to be able to circulate. Energy that does not circulate or flow becomes stagnated. It becomes more dense. It gets trapped in your meridians and your other systems. And what ends up happening there is that ends up affecting the overall vibration or frequency of your emotional bodies, of your aura, of your auric field. People, you gotta remember, the aura does not exist on its own. It's a byproduct of something else. Because of your frequency, that's why your aura can change 10 times in one day. You know what I'm saying? It's not something stagnate or fixated. It's constantly changing, So, love Mimi, greetings to you. T Garnett, I love money and money loves me. That's right. Okay, so in just a moment here, I'll be more than happy to do some card pulls. Let me see how that light looks. Damn, that's bright. All right, aim it like that. Okay, so yeah, so in a minute we're gonna do some card pulls here. Everybody okay? I know that was a mouthful, as far as like what was coming through. I'm empathic to people's feelings, and when I don't release it, I definitely hold on to it. Yeah, it's got to do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Love me. Oh, I love your cards. Bless your hands tonight. Thank you. I received that in the name of Jesus. All right. So anyways, so I think what we'll do here, this is not really for asking questions. This is just allowing whatever Sachiel wants to say through the cards just to come through for you. I mean, I don't know what the fuck it's going to be. I said it before, you should guess. I thank you, Miriam Colasso. I just say what I currently know. A lot of times what we know changes. You know what I'm saying? As you go along, you should anyways. You learn better, you do better, or whatever they say. Robin Belcher says, absolutely, I have trouble letting go of people's pain. Yeah. You guys are the kind, and I'm some of you, believe it, I can be a cold-hearted motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Believe it. I can be a cold-hearted motherfucker, but I have that empathic, I used to call that the simpy side, of me, and I wanted to murder that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But if you're able to just, like, adopt somebody else's emotions as your own, then can you imagine the thought forms and ideas and concepts that they have, even if it's maybe about you? You know what I mean? You guys are probably open targets for guilt trips too, if I'm not mistaken, right? I have trouble. Okay, I may be nervous, but I may receive. I need you to get warmed up before I ask. I'm already warmed up, Sambodhi Kev. Duality is always, absolutely. Not the simply, the simp, not simple, simp. Yeah. Sometimes people have literally made me sick. That's fucking real right there. And I'm sure a lot of you have been around somebody, even for just 5 seconds. You don't know this person, but every fiber in your being is like, get the fuck away from this person. Right? Fortunately, I can act a damn fool. Yeah, I can see you TV flashing on somebody and they're like, they don't even know why you're flashing. It's like, your energies. But that's just one example. But another example, I remember like years and years ago. Okay. The office that I used to work at in sales, I found a new office because their lease was up at the old place. So this place was kind of like in a better spot. It had it was next to the courthouse and all this shit, right? So, yeah, so there was a whole new scenery. So for me personally, I'm like, okay, you know. And there was this one bitch that we all noticed, right? We all noticed. And it'd be one of those like you kind of stop what you're doing to like, and we were upstairs, so like, you know, a lot of times she'd park her car across the street or whatever, and you know, and you just start, you always want to watch, and like for a while, it just never seemed like the bitch would ever just look up and see, you know. One day, I was out in the parking lot smoking a cigarette, and somehow, I don't know, whatever, we got to talking, and she ended up giving me her number, and you know what I'm saying. So I ended up calling her, man. It was like I was fucking dead. I maybe had about two or three conversations, but by the third one, I just couldn't, man. I'm like, it's one of those ones where like you could put the phone down and the bitch is still talking. You know what I'm saying? And she's so much into just like she don't even notice whether you're there or not, you know, type of shit. And I was just like, I had to fire that like before we even got started. Like I had to fire that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like I would notice that when I'd get off the phone with her, I would feel so fucking drained. My head felt like you just pulled my energy like out that way, and I was just like I felt like a dried up, dusty skeleton. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Yeah. Shimano, even worse is going taken. I have a unique status. You can rid that person energy two ways. I learned one, eliminate negative or eliminate the negativity within them. Yeah, me personally, depending obviously it's who it is, like you know, there's different ways to uh I like to kind of facilitate them to do it as far as me saying that I'm gonna eliminate something. I mean, that's their thoughts and their shit, but yes, we do have a wide range of influence that we can you know, fire off if need be, you know. Had a friend who always drained me, said manifesting king. Being drained or depressed is not good for me because it takes weeks or months for me to get rid of it. Yeah. Um, well, there's some things that you can start to do, Kamira, to you got to take yourself to the spiritual gym. You know what I'm saying? Because it shouldn't take that long. You know. Part of that is also though, it's because you may also even have some holes in your aura too, which energy just keeps going, and you want to make sure that all that's just taken care of, and you want to be able to, you know, you want to be like a duck, man. I used to have in my old condo, there was a large lake in the back, and you can walk around it and shit, and there was always ducks and shit out there, and when you'd walk, you'd have to watch out for the duck shit, you know, and I was noticing these two ducks like fighting like a motherfucker, right? I mean, getting into it. And then once they split, they both did the same thing. They did this thing where they like shook for like a couple seconds and then they were just back to normal. And then after that, I had come across some type of information about how animals naturally they just get rid of that shit. They don't keep it. They don't keep it at all. If you'll notice, if you watch animals, they're masters at that shit. They're always animals mostly are always in this moment, so they're not thinking about 5 minutes ago. They're not thinking about tomorrow. They're right here, right now. So like that shit, like the duck instinctually knew how to get rid of that energy, which is why that four of spades was coming up earlier, Kamira, about moving your body, getting your body involved. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you feel the energy. You don't feel shit here. You feel it in your body. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you may interpret it here, but it's in your body. That's why it's very important. I like the water. That's why I look at things that makes me laugh. That's good too. Laughter is excellent. Yes, T. Garnett, protect your own energy. Okay, friends can drain you. Absolutely. That's why, you know, sometimes you gotta just I mean, I'm at the point now where like I can't be around anybody too much, like for a long period. I don't want to. I love just being by myself. You know what I'm saying? I really, really do. The ducks were recalibrating. Thank you, Twan Vance. That's exactly what the fuck they were doing. They were automatically recalibrating. You know what I'm saying? And in doing that like violent shake thing that they did, they were dissipating that energy, and it's like their body automatically was like, no, we're not gonna be swimming around here keeping this shit in us. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of it. People are draining in general. That's why I enjoy it. Yeah, exactly. Why, thank you, Katie. All right, so let's get into some reads here. All you gotta do is raise your hand or say me. I'm gonna go at the bottom of the list if you don't know how I do this shit. All right. Danny, you're first. She was like quick on the draw. Push hang. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so Danny. When I'm done with Danny, then go ahead and everybody, because if you're just kind of wasting your time, because while I'm doing Danny's read, I'm going to just be focused on Danny's read, even if it's a very short and brief one, just the same way I would be for yours, okay? All right, Danny, what you got? What's the message for Danny? Sachiel, Sachiel, Sachiel. Sachiel, Sachiel, Sachiel. Uh-huh. All right. Just a moment. Danny. I'm just going to give you kind of like the instant 1 minute rice version of shit. Okay. Shimmy with your shake. Okay. So. For some reason, I'm getting from Sachiel that basically, I guess the way I'm interpreting this transmission is a change in perspective. And you may okay, I'm going to explain that. You may consciously already maybe try and do it, but in the real world and in the field, I guess, real in the field, out in the real world, you may revert back to different older or other ways of looking at your money. And especially, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm just going to keep this brief because I want to try and get as many as I can before I get out of here. He was telling me something to this effect, to tell you. Instead of saying, I spent money, I had to go spend some money on this. It's something that I've talked about a lot. He says, replace spent with circulate. That's what the 5 is. It's changing. You got to change. There's some things he said that would benefit you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, this one thing has really, it has really just turned my whole shit around. My attitude and relationship with currency, knowing that it can never be spent or totally depleted for me, because every time I pay a bill, every time I just give money out, every time I'm circulating. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't expect nothing from the homeless person that I just gave to. I don't expect nothing from them personally, but I know what I'm doing. I'm a scientist with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So just a slight change, because when you circulate, it already denotes, it returns to the point of origin, which is you. Okay, so he was talking about that, and it would behoove you, to just become aware of your most upsetting thoughts. Because the 4 of clubs can also mean, worry. It can also mean getting stuck in certain mental patterns. But it also means peace of mind. Having a stable mind, okay? What I mean by that is you're not freaking out. You're not freaking out. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to, what a 4 is? I'm gonna tell you what this is. A frame. You've heard this a lot, especially if you read about maintaining your frame. That's this. What frame are you maintaining? So that's what I have for you. Who's next? I can't say Oh, Conjure, I seen you. I I seen you. You shouldn't be nervous there, Robin. You shouldn't be nervous. Ain't nothing to be nervous about. Deacon Cook, how are you? Okay, so we're going to do Deacon Cook because that's the one I seen. For those of you who don't know, when I'm done doing a reading, I go to the bottom of my comments. Whoever I see at the bottom of my comments is who I pick. You know, so that's how it goes. So right now I'm not looking at any of this shit. I'm not going to go backtrack and shit. You know, you have to just get that timing, you know. You got to have that time and shit. I should have brought my water over here. All right, Deacon Cook. Sachiel, Sachiel, Sachiel. Go ahead and just say that name in your mind. All right, say that name in your mind. Sachiel or Sachiel. Just whatever it is, all right? Deacon Cook. Okay. You know, I feel like in some ways he's showing me that you're going to a higher level, a higher intensity of things, okay? But I'm just going to show you this. I know that may not have made sense. For example, I'm not saying it has to do with a job or anything like that. But if I'm using the example of a job, going to another level would be like a promotion. Now you're on fries. And that's where the big bucks come in. You know what I'm saying? Or now you're a manager, you know, or whatever. All right? So these are your cards, brother. The 7 of Hearts. You're being prepared right now. You're already in it. So just strap on the fucking seatbelt and enjoy this fucking ride, yo, because you're on you are on this particular caterpillar butterfly phase. Shit that you're in is all about your emotional intelligence and your self-awareness. And you are actually on track even when you feel like you're off, okay? So it is a process. You should understand that. But yes. And this right here, the 3 of Spades. Don't know what it is that you are doing, but if you really want to set this process on fire, you need to tap into whatever that creative outlet of yours that you have. I know you're a creative individual, you know what I'm saying? But like, don't do it for any particular reason right now. He's saying, he's just talking about just the fact that you are giving, even if it's 20 minutes, 15 minutes, you know, whatever it is, whatever your particular creative outlet is. He was basically kind of showing me that you need that. You need that because what you're not aware of, see, that's another thing too. Remember we were talking about how what rejuvenates the spirit can sometimes deplete the body and vice versa. But for example, you're in the studio and you're just, you know, the shit's just coming, especially when you're working on a piece that you're just, your dick's fucking hard as shit over this. You're like, oh, you know, but you haven't ate or slept in like 24 hours. See, not good, so not so good for the body, but your spirit is like taking over, you know, because your spirit's like energized by this shit. So this creative, whatever this creative thing is for you, is going to also help to energize your spirit and help to increase your ashe or your prana. And of course, ashe prana is also magical power as well. So that's what I have for you. Purpose of philosophy, the principal philosophy of purpose. Right on. Go ahead and just say the name Sachiel or Sachiel in your mind. Okay. Deacon Cook, did you get that? If you're still there. The principle. Yes, the principle of philosophy. You're the one. Principle of philosophy. You got a bunch of P's, man. Are you alone? Hey, what were you expecting to get your conjure, boy? Okay. Principle, philosophy of purpose. I'm shuffling for you now. Yes, I know you, okay? Are you being funny? You're the one I seen, man. You're the one I seen. Okay, now you just, are you being an asshole or is your phone like, malfunctioning or something? Because are you going to keep commenting throughout like your reading or what's going on with that? I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking. That's all right, Conjure Boy. Don't be Deacon Cook, don't be nervous. Principle, philosophy of purpose. I don't know if like maybe you are physically deaf, and I don't know if this has subtitles to it, but I am doing your thing right now. All right. All right. Principle, philosophy of purpose. Okay. These are your cards. So just give me a second here. Sachiel is saying principle, philosophy of purpose, that I'm guessing that as of lately, yes, I know, I got you, that well, see, this is about, this Queen of Clubs is also intuition. All right. Also receptivity. Okay, Lewis. Now that we got those formalities out the way, Lewis, there seems to be some type of discrepancy or whatever. What I mean by that is the Queen of Clubs is that feminine receptive energy, okay, that we all have. It's just whether we, embrace it and cultivate it. And there's a time for everything, right? So it pays off more than not to like listen more than speak. You must have a serious lag on your shit, Lewis. But anyways, you're being encouraged to pay more attention to your intuition, especially around your emotional triggers, and especially as it is concerned with certain individuals in your life right now who can, well, in fact, trigger you. And Sachiel is basically saying that these triggers that you're experiencing when you deal with certain people are actually a big ass blessing in disguise. And just a little bit goes a long way here, Lewis. Okay, so if you begin to pay attention to some of these things that are usually more automated, they just happen, maybe you get upset, maybe whatever, that there is some major keys for liberation here, and also to kind of cut yourself from any, not cut, but remove any cords that are keeping you at this particular level, because I feel like there's kind of an anxiousness to go to the next level. Maybe there's, of course, some fear of the unknown and shit like that. But yeah, so Sachiel is basically encouraging you to pay attention to your intuition. Okay? Especially as it revolves around your emotional life, your emotional triggers, and your emotional triggers dealing with certain people. Maybe even, I'm getting like family also. T Garnett, you're the one I seen. Okay. T Garnett. Don't worry, I'm going to get to everybody as fast as I can, okay? Yes, T Garnett, you. Adela, I will get to you as soon as I can. Okay, I'm doing T Garnett right now, so you guys don't have to me or anything right now, because it's not going to matter right now, because I'm doing T Garnett. All right, so T Garnett, go ahead and just say that name, Sachiel. You can say it out loud, Sachiel, in your mind, whatever. Just like welcome that energy, and you may even feel like the energy. Sometimes you feel little hairs on your neck, kind of like move or something like that, because you feel that energy, Okay, T Garnett. Shit, I should have brought the water closer to me. Sachiel. Okay, I'm reloaded. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay, well, T Garnett. Are you sure about that? Okay. Yeah, there is a specific chord or chords um Sequinita Hunter. You can spell that Sachiel. It's also spelled Sacciel also. And another name that this angel goes by is also Zadkiel, but I just chose the Sachiel one, to work with. That's the one that resonated for me. But potatoes and potatoes. Okay. So, T Garnett, are you listening? Okay, listen. There is a specific chord or chords that you need to divest yourself of. I'll say this, attachments that you need to divest yourself of. And I believe I know they have to do with a particular fire sign. I don't know if this fire sign is a family member of yours or not. Could be a romantic, could be a friend, whatever. It's more than likely a man who's probably older than you. All right? And there you have it. This will bring a balance that you have never known. Does that make sense to you though, T Garnett? I often gotta ask because like sometimes a lot of the shit that I get, I have no fucking clue what it means. I just know to say it, That's it. And I was told a long time ago by some of my guys, some of my motherfucking like little thingamajiggies, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close my eyes for a second and just let this shit go on for a minute. And hold on a second here. I need some motherfucking water. Okay. Hold on. All right. So, Manifesting King, you're the one I seen, man. Dot Joyner, what's happening? All right. Manifesting King. Go ahead and just, say that name. Welcome that name and that energy. I'm doing Manifesting King right now, everybody. So, yeah, that's the one I seen at the bottom. So, don't worry, everybody. I'll get to each and every one of you as much as I can. We're not going to be on here, though, too much longer, but I'm going to move fast. So, Manifesting King. Sachiel. I ask that you do not double dip. Okay? I ask that you do not double dip. Let me get everybody as much as I can. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just a moment. Okay. So, Manifesting King. I'm not sure all the way. I feel like there is some healing that needs to take place over a loss of love that has that may have been affecting your abundance or your quality of life in any way. To me, which is abundance. Whether it's money, whether it's having good relationships, whatever. That's all abundance. It's not just money. Okay. So I feel like there is a loss of love. There's some pain here, man. Manifesting King. And I don't know if you've ever fully maybe allowed yourself to feel that pain. Allow it to be. But suppressing shit is very costly energy wise, because it's like you got to pay for a storage unit for that shit, you know. So there's the money you're paying for that, there's the energy you spend trying to keep it away and all that other shit, when that energy can be used for something. Oh, yeah, this loss, I believe, I don't know who the Leo is, or a fire sign, a woman. Okay, I don't know who this is or what this is about. But the main takeaway here, Manifesting King, love Mimi, I got you next, is there is a loss that that you need to, you know, allow yourself to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Allow yourself. I don't feel like what he's showing me is like this thing is this is a major block. Okay. Love Mimi, go ahead and say the name Sachiel or Sachiel in your mind. Just welcome that energy. You know what I'm saying? Welcome that energy. Okay. Love Mimi. Thank you. Just a second. Sometimes I take my, you know what I'm saying, I take my time, whatever. Okay. I'm gonna just love Mimi. All right. So, this is coming through so many different ways, but I gotta condense it. So, he was, first of all, he is suggesting that you stop gossiping. Okay. It has a lot of negative benefits. That's an oxymoron. Love and Life, thank you. Thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. I appreciate you. Love Mimi. That's one thing. That's not the major thing here, though. Okay. Miriam, relax. Tranquilo. Colazo. Tranquilo. I'll get to you. Just give me a sec. If you have the time, you know. If not, then I don't know what to say. So look. Yeah. This also represents too how you're affected by what people say about you. Okay. And the biggest reason why you're affected by that is also because you feel like some of it may be true, even if it ain't. You know what I'm saying? But the main way that this is coming through to me is about worry. Okay. He showed me that you're too obsessed with time, spending too much time in the future. Okay. As far as like almost giving yourself a sense of anxiety or something or whatever at different times. And yeah. So you're actually in the midst of a spiritual initiation. And cheer up. Don't be surprised if you also get a new job offer. Okay? But getting outside of them circles of time, stop worrying about time so much. Trust in your own divine flow. Okay? There are secrets that will be revealed to you once you stop all the bullshit, because the bullshit's really loud, even though it ain't worth much. Just like all the shittiest food tastes so good. You know what I'm saying? But there's no value to it. Like, it's not helping you at all. All right? Woo woo, you're the one I sing. Go ahead, call forth the name. I'm going to be moving through these a little bit more faster because I want to get everybody. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. Say the name Sachiel or Sachiel to yourself. Invite that presence in. Invite that wisdom, whatever. Just whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. Okay. Well, Woo Woo Sachiel wants me to. Well, I take it that this part is kind of like a reassuring part. Okay. You're going to another. I see you already. This is all a process, right? There's not one particular moment that's actually more important than another because they all go together. And you are in this kind of alchemical process where you're raising the bar for yourself. So you're actually a byproduct now of that is you're actually about to kick ass also, even more so probably financially too. Going to another tax bracket and things of that nature, just as a, like I said, as a byproduct of who you are. It's not something you're trying to do. This is just like, yeah, that shit happens because that's who I am, okay? That type of thing. There is also an attachment with a woman. Maybe this is mom or not. This could be somebody else though. But this is coming through more so as like a troublemaking woman or a woman who has caused some problems for you or you've had problems with in the past. But this attachment is showing up right now in this reading for a reason. So I would release my attachments to this person and this situation immediately. Okay? All right. Who's next? Looking at the bottom here. Robin. You're the one I seen, Robin. Adela, you were right there. Fuck. Don't worry, Adela. I'm going to get to you. Just give me a second. I think we're knocking them out, though. I think we're knocking them out. Robin. Robin. Go ahead. Say that name, Sachiel. Or Sachiel. And just let it reverberate inside your mind. Okay. KKKK. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Robin. Just a moment. Just a moment. What's this about? Okay. I don't know why this is coming. This is going to be kind of. You're also. I feel more at the beginning stages, but you're also in some form of a spiritual initiation. I don't know if you're familiar with my particular definition of a spiritual initiation. It's a process where you strip away what is no longer you, or what no longer serves you, but specifically ideas, concepts of who you thought you were. Like that shit's gonna be like a stripper, you know what I'm saying? Just strip away, But so this is the other thing though. I feel like there was some form of a fight or an argument or something. And Sachiel is also definitely saying though, don't be afraid to call on him or her, however you see it. I'm seeing also a need to fortify thy aura. A need, I don't want to say protection so much as more so just fortification. The difference is if I'm punching at you, you could protect yourself, right? That assumes that there is an attack. That presumes that there's an attack, right? Versus a fortified is different. Fortified is just like I got bars, I got alarm system. Your immune system might be fortified, so it's like that shit can't even come in here. It's a non-issue now. So there's a fortification being, but I want to encourage you. I don't know, whatever this big, huge fight, blowout, maybe it was actually a physical thing, okay? But whatever it is, I feel like you're still carrying around something from that. That needs to be released from your system. Because there is a possibility of a reprise there, like another episode of some type of violent encounter, dare I say. Okay? Going to the bottom. Miriam, You who I see, Miriam, okay? Mírame, all right? See, I told you I was going to get to you, Miriam. I told you, okay? Tranquilo, tranquilo, all right? Miriam Colazo, come on down, okay? So, Miriam, go ahead and say the name Sachiel or Sachiel. Just in your mind, you can say it out loud. Robin, did that make sense to you at all? Because if it didn't, that's fine too, because it will. Some of my shits are like grenades, you know. Miriam Colazo, Sachiel. Okay, Miriam. Colazo. Okay, thank you, Robin. Love and life, I see you. I'm gonna get to you. See, we're knocking them out. See, I think I got maybe 1 or 2, 3 more, and then we're done. Okay, but I'm trying to get everybody. All right, so yeah, love and life, I got you. Just relax. I'll get to you. Okay, I'm one man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a 3-legged man. I'm not an octopus. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Pacific Aurora. Bendiciones. Okay. Miriam. Colazo. Okay. Venga. So, these are your cards. You know, I'm kind of getting something similar, though. He's showing me something about you. And once again, it's this whole thing of worry. This whole thing of worry, okay? And anytime you're worrying about something, I feel like in some ways, you walk around with, okay, has anybody ever come over to one of your houses and they hear something and they're like, how do you fucking live by this? Like maybe there's a fan outside or it makes a certain noise, but you're so used to that noise that it's now in the background, you don't even recognize it. That is kind of like how I see and feel you walking around with this particular kind of worry. Okay? It is definitely a worry I'm being shown that is more future based about what could happen, what, you know, I have to prepare, I got to like stay ready, you know, that type of thing, or even just that attitude. Because what it can do, and I'm being told to tell you this so we could circumvent that. We don't have to go that way. We don't have to go through that, you know. Because I feel there is a potential for a loss of money. Okay, a loss of finances. However, this can be turned around in a twinkle of an eye. Okay? And this can be also materializing, you know, the desire of your heart, whether it's some money, whether it's maybe a particular object or something that you've been wanting or just something like that. You know, this is also the card of I'm feeling rich. Maybe you're not technically rich, but you fucking feel rich. Okay, so it could be that for you too if you choose it. Okay, Miss Colazo? But doing the worry thing right now, I feel like it's draining you of so much ache that it's looking like, as of right now, the way that you're headed, it may end up also, you know, what we worry about a lot of times does not even happen, but sometimes we can make it a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, and I want nothing but the best for you, as the Sachiel. So there you have it. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Going to the bottom of the list. Hey, is it your Kamira Davis? I seen you. Kamira Davis, go ahead and absolutely, Robin, Darren Deverson. True to a T. Got you. All right. Yeah, I'm seeing the same names going on here, so I know that we're dwindling it down. So I got like Love and Life, Adela, I think Devin Devereaux or whatever his name was, sir. Maybe TV. And then, yeah, done. Kamara Davis, go ahead and say the name Sachiel. Sachiel. I gotta pop this motherfucking back. Shit. All right. Kamara Davis. Where are we at? 135. KD. Oh, KD. I'm gonna start there. Okay, sure. Okay. Okay. You know what? It's kind of weird. KD, Kamira Davis. Sakiel's kind of saying like you need to stop being so damn shy as far as proclaiming, what you want to, speaking certain, literally speaking things into your life. Okay, you have this King of Clubs, and what the King decrees, the King shall see. Okay, and you have both. We all have masculine and feminine polarities. The feminine is the receptive, the listening part, but then there's also for you, we need to work on that, the masculine aspect, as far as that projecting, that proclaiming, that and another thing that Sachiel is saying, because you can have whatever you speak, you know what I mean. You may want to also do some throat chakra work. Sachiel is saying, because I think there's either a blockage, there may be a cord right there or something like that. Pause. I can't pat me on the back. I can't reach. You know what I'm saying? No, but another thing. Start to, they say put on the armor of God. I'm going to say that to you, but the armor in this case is also the helmet of God, because you need, basically, lack a long story here, you need to start looking through your eyes and at your life and all these different circumstances, because you are God. You are God, goddess, however you want to call it. You are divinity. So start to understand that and like kind of step over from that perspective and start looking at the situations and things in your life. And you will be surprised, because I'm sure you've heard the axiom, or whatever it's called. You can't solve a problem from the same level of mind that caused or created the problem. You can't. You gotta go higher. So that's what this Nine of Clubs is about. Okay, really dipping in there, like really looking at it from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? Okay, moving along. What do we got? Dang. Love and life. I see you. I see you. I see you. Good, you need to be shook, KD. That's what we do here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Love and life. Go ahead and say that name, Sachiel. Say it or think it. Or Sachiel, however you want to say it. Potato. Okay. If I can sit up. Fuck. I feel like in this chair, I'm gonna get a new chair. I feel like a fucking question mark. I feel like my fucking posture is fucking suffering like a motherfucker. Love and life. Y'all, if you ain't joined yet, get down with the Rapid Cash STIMMY ritual, the 7-day angelic payout. We're working with Sachiel. Sachiel is here. I don't know if you can feel Sachiel, but Sachiel wants to work some personal miracles for you. So head on to the description box of this video or go to shango-ray.com. And it's easy, squeezy, lemon peasy, okay? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, whatever the fuck, okay? So loving life. Okay. Loving life. I have something to tell you. Okay. For one, you are actually, you got to remember too, when you think about readings or anything like that, a lot of times it's a trajectory. We're like looking at where you're more than likely going to go based on your current energy. You change the energy, you change the destination, so to speak. Okay. So you have a 9 of hearts and a 4 of hearts. All right. So with this loving life, the way that you're going, I feel like you're going to manifest a desire of your heart as it relates to maybe a relationship, with yourself. Like, I don't know what you got, going on, or what it is for you in particular. Okay. The other side of this, Sachiel is also saying that it would benefit you to work with your ancestors. Okay. On the other side, that, I don't know if you do or not, or whatever, but you have a very rich ancestral lineage around you, I guess you could say. So that is that. The other thing, the word of encouragement, I guess you could say, for this too is, I feel like you're cultivating this, this sense that everything is okay. Everything is okay. Like, I don't gotta be worried. Like, my emotions don't gotta be frazzled and everywhere. It's like an emotional stability. You can't build a house on some raggedy shit, you know what I'm saying? Or something that's not stable. So the 4 also represents to me a foundation. And besides that though, is a sense of safety, like security, like an emotional security. And I don't know if you're already there yet, but I feel like you have been kind of cultivating this sense of I guess, for lack of a better word, I guess you could say wellness. But like, no matter what happens, you're able to stay grounded. I feel like your self-awareness, your awareness of your emotional shit, your triggers, all that. Like, I want to also say too, and this is kind of echoing something from him, is keep doing what you're doing. Okay, I could have summed it up a lot simpler and just say keep doing what you're doing. You're on a good piece there. Okay. Does that make sense to you? Trying shadow work. There is no trying love and life. Get that shit out of your trying supposes failure. And if you're a Shanget, if you're a true Shanget, we don't fucking fail. All right. We may find some outcomes that are not what we wanted, but that's not failure. Failure is when you quit. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine Edwards, I will take that chocolate hand of yours. Go ahead and say the word Sachiel. All right. Go ahead and say the word Sachiel or just Sachiel in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Welcome that presence. Welcome this angelic force. Angels are angles of light. And the first one I ever heard say that was Brother Panic. And Bobby, actually. Bobby Hemmett. Shut up. Okay. Jasmine Edwards. Oh, Jasmine Edwards, you are being called to release attachments to your padre in some form or fashion. I don't know exactly what this is. I feel like this attachment may also end up causing something physical, or some type of physical ailment. Okay, maybe having to do with the blood. Not sure. But I don't know what is going on. I don't know what the deal is there. I'm just telling you what it is. Okay. So just for me to kind of condense things. Yeah. So I guess you could say there's a cord or cords that need to be released with that. And consequently, this may also denote some type of past lover who, kind of reminds you of Pops. That's how this shit works. Absolutely not Sequinetha Hunter. I am 100%. There is allergies. And like I said, I go walking twice a day. So like there's I'm in a Richie White neighborhood, okay? I'm pretty much in a Richie White neighborhood. And everybody has big fucking houses here and big yards and all kinds of plants and flowers and all kinds of shit. So, yeah. And I notice when I talk, sometimes my nose starts running when I talk, but I'm great. I'm excellent. Yeah. Butterfly, you're the one I seen. Okay, butterfly, go ahead, say the word Sachiel or Sachiel. Say the name. Say that name. Let it resonate with you. I'm trying to be holy here. Okay. All right. Sachiel. Okay, so this was for butterfly. Okay. Okay, basically, butterfly Sachiel is also saying that for whatever, I'm just gonna say it the way, you have been afraid to really say what you want because you feel like you can't have what you want. You know what I mean? And in order to experience that forward progression, human beings, let me tell you something about human beings. You may have a goal, you may have an outcome, okay? Just because you're not there yet, you could still be 100% fucking cool as long as you feel like you're on the way there. As long as you feel like you're making progress. When you don't feel like you're making progress, what do most of us do? We turn around and we start judging ourselves and shitting all over ourselves and shoulding all over ourselves. You should this, you should that. Okay? So some of this is also not, I think you know what you want, you're just afraid to admit it to yourself. Because this is so important. This is, what do I really want? This is step number one. And you have to double down to what is that you really want. I mean, you can just get in the car and start driving around, but you're not ever really going to get anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You're going to waste a lot of gas and shit. So there is that. And of course, he's showing me how you have sabotaged yourself in the past. And sometimes it's a form of sabotage. It's not really, I don't like using the word sabotage so much, but it's a way to protect yourself from like the fear of failure. Some of us we got really bad fear of failure. We're afraid of it not being good enough or failing, or we're afraid of success. Because who would I be if I'm a success now? I've had this story, this character of me being the struggling person, cancel clear that. You know what I'm saying? For so long, who would I be if everything was just cool? A lot of us are addicted to drama, whether our own internal and or exterior. That's some real shit. That's some real shit. So I can see how that's coming up here. He's also telling me you may want to look into like walking. Doing something that moves your body. Not saying that you don't. I don't know what you do or not. You know what I mean? But doing something that moves your body. Moving your body starts getting that energy moving, man. It said moving. Okay? Now anyways, shit. And Melvin Brown with the yup. All right. Who's next? I got about 3 more. All right? Because Daddy Shangito has to go. Someone. The Audraverse. I got you. Audraverse. You hear me? All right. TV, I see you. I got to get the resident, that's patriarch. I mean, is it patriarch or matriarch? Whatever. That's the queen right there. That's one of our queens here. You know what I'm saying? The Audraverse. Go ahead. Absolutely butterfly. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I have all faith that it will. All knowing that it will. Okay. Nicole Pindell, I see you. How you doing there? Go ahead, Audraverse, and say the name Zakiel or Sachiel to yourself and just let it reverberate for a second. Just welcome that energy in. You know what I'm saying? The matriarch. Oh, matriarch. Okay. Right on. Shit. Yeah. Man, it feels so good. I'm finally caught up with basically. There was still a few more that came in custom spirit servants. So I got maybe 2, 3, 4 at the most. But man, I was fucking swizzled. And I feel so glad everybody's shit is basically out. If you want to, you can email me at shangoraynow@gmail.com. And I'll be happy to send you a picture of your envelope with the tracking number and all that shit on it. So, which I'm going through anyway, going through the emails and shit like that, just so I can. Archiverse. Okay, Sachiel. All right. Okay. Louisa Sam, what's happening? Huh? What you got? What you don't know good, Louisa Sam, huh? Okay. Tell him to. All right. Archiverse. Zakiel is saying, for some reason I feel for you, Archiverse, that jealousy kind of is a thing for you at times to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Usually, oh shit, we went out, now we're back in. Usually, jealousy has to do with, also how you feel about, like, not feeling good enough. And so when we start feeling not getting good enough, or not being good enough, or not being enough, period, we blame the trigger, or whatever in our minds. Anyways, jealousy. I feel like there's some things with that coming up, but I think that this shows that there may be a sense of, like, a strong sense in you that you maybe not have come to grips with about, the whole I'm not good enough thing, because there's something that you do need to start. And he's telling me that you know what the fuck that is. So now is the time to start, to begin, to find, but for some reason, this business or this idea is also tied, obviously, with your self-worth. How can it not be? It's a product of you. You know what I'm saying? It's anything, you can have all the right words, but if the words are going through this cloud of emotion or this aura, if this shit's in your aura, it's got to go through your aura. That's why, you see some people, they got the suit, they're all, they're all shaved up, they're all whatever, but for some reason it's just their words and their energy are not matching, or their words and their dress and the way they're, whatever, you get what I'm saying? But so my shit, my mouth getting fucking dry with this shit, talking to y'all, talking my fucking head off over here. Shit, we're almost at fucking 2 hours, yo. I do 2 hours like nothing, man. Shit. I'll do okay, Pacific Aurora. I seen you at the bottom here. Dot Joiner. Go, there's the description box here. You can go right there. There's the link there. It is a, I'm glad you asked. Why, thank you, Dot Joiner. Gives me a chance to Spielberg for a minute. Take a little break for a second. It's the Rapid Cash STIMMY ritual, the 7-day angelic payout. One of the intentions is that you begin getting your payouts 7 days after this ritual. We are working with Sachiel, who is the Archangel of wealth, of water, of abundance, and things of that nature. He also specializes in getting your bullshit, your blockage bullshit, Yeah. So, Pacific Aurora. Go ahead and say the name Sachiel to yourself or out loud, or Sachiel. Okay? So we're going to do this like a Buddhist, okay? See, like, even now, sometimes if I feel tension, I just, like, reset and, like, I hold a lot of tension on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And you just relax into it. I don't fight it. I just relax into it. And it's a way that, yeah. Okay, Pacific Aurora. Well, this is coming through. For one, this is the card of the spiritual initiate. But I also look at this as a very creative thing. Okay. But I'm going to tell you what I was told. Louisa Sam, I'll try and get to you just as soon as I'm, you have to put your thing. When I'm done with this, I look and the first person I see, Anyways, there's a karmic relationship that you need to release yourself from, relinquish your attachment to, okay? I have a feeling this could be manifested in the form of a fuckboy this time around, troublemaker, okay? But nonetheless, it's something that is coming up. See, I'm seeing this here. And he's also telling me don't worry about if you felt like you've been manifesting bad karma lately, because you can also look at it this way, that you are relinquishing yourself from some of that. Sometimes you got to like pay your tab in a way. Now, there are ways to neutralize or to circumvent what people think of as karma, okay? But what I'm being shown here, there's a specific attachment that will free up a lot of energy for you, free up a lot of your mental processes for you, okay? But it needs to be done, like, deal with it in a spiritual way and let everything else kind of like do what it's going to do. That's what I got for you. Possible fire sign also, or heavy fire sign placements in their chart. Yeah, well, now you know. KL, do you want a card? You're who I seen. I got some newbies here, so. Well, you're not new, KL. Not too new anyway, but. Hey, Miss BB. How are you? How's Texas? Y'all still freezing out there? Because we're not over here. I'm just saying, it's either like freezing fucking cold over there, or it's like hot as fuck over there, from what I'm understanding right now. Okay, KL. Woo woo, it's my pleasure. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to give. That's why we're not doing no PayPal me's or whatever right now, as far as like doing readings for PayPal. Like, I wanted to just give whatever I can, Well, KL, I'm not answering questions. I was going to do, we're doing angel, kind of like, I hate saying that. It sounds so airy-fairy and shit, you know what I mean? Angel readings. But that's basically what we're doing there. We're working with Sachiel here. So if you wanted a card, I would have gave you a card, but I'm not answering personal questions right now. But, okay, so yeah, you said yes. Okay, cool. My bad, I kind of misread that. So, KL, go ahead and just say the word Sachiel or Sachiel to yourself, okay? Say that word Sachiel or Sachiel to yourself. Miss BB, I will do my best. I need to get out of here. I'm already been on here for 2 hours reading my motherfucking ass off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, KL. TV, I see you. I'm going to get to the TV story. All right. Okay. Well. Just a moment. Stress my motherfucker. No, it's okay, Miss BB. I'm going to get to you, though. I'm going to get to you. Just give me I'm going through these as quickly as I can, because I want to be sure to try and get everybody that I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So KL, I would pretty much say the same thing for you that I said a little bit earlier. Don't know, but not to kind of try and just repeat myself, but what I see is you also moving to a whole other intensity and level of your spiritual work, and probably even your earthly work, such as your job or career or whatever, and maybe even in health also. Pacific Aurora, you got that. Not a problem. No problemo pa me. Okay. Yeah. But what the advice here for you is, is to, you also, I would say this too, is to look at yourself as well as your life situations, especially the challenging ones, as if you were God, because you are God. You know, hate to break it to you, but you are. Okay, and you are the creator of your particular universe. All right, so they're encouraging me. He's encouraging me to tell you to look through the eyes of who and what you really are, okay? And that is going to propel the areas that I spoke about, your spiritual work, which may become your career or something, I don't know, or your career also, and also health, everything going up, okay? Everything going up. And another thing here, just a last one for you, KL. Don't be surprised if something ends up getting cut off. And it's maybe something that you would have wanted to keep on going, but it's for your own good. Dot Joyner, didn't I do you already or no? That sounded weird. But Cindy Belzer. Uh so Nancy L. What's happening, Nancy L? Okay, Dot Joyner. Say the word Sachiel. Say the name Sachiel. Okay, Dot, I got you. Say the name Sachiel or Sachiel. That's the angel's name. Just let it reverberate and just kind of welcome that presence. You know what I mean? What time is it? I gotta get to the fucking store. All right. Well, Dot Joyner, it seems to be that there's some residue from a situation. I kind of feel like this may be current. I'm not sure. And I don't know if it's you or the other person or both, but there's a decision that needs to be made. I feel like there's a relationship that needs to be left. And if it's something even of the past, you need to leave it here and here, now, okay? And this is one that you need to release your attachment to, is what I'll say to that. Your attachment, your cord to it, okay? Lots of worry about this love. Lots of infidelity, okay? I don't know if it's you or the other person or whatever this situation was, whether it's current or whether it's in the past. But there's an attachment to it that needs to be released because it's really fucking you up and getting in your way. Okay? So, I'm looking at the bottom here, people, if you want to still, rock out with your sock out. Past, okay, yeah. Because you're going to drag that into your future. Darren Deveron. Our man Darren Deveron. Say the name Sachiel or Sachiel in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Just welcome, whatever. Okay, Darren Deveron. Y'all be patient. I'll get to you. I'm one man. I am but one man. Okay? So, Darren Deveron. Wow, Darren Deveron, you kind of have a similar problem, but it's a little bit different. Okay, I feel like this more has to do with like maybe even an attachment to an outcome. Yeah, I was watching, but y'all didn't show up there, man. I was watching, okay, but it's just, there's a decision to do something, actually, to be honest. It's one of those decisions. It's either left or right, on or off, up or down. You know what I mean? It's like binary. It's either you do it or you don't. And it's something that you've kind of been bullshitting about, Deveron. So one of the keys with this also, of course, has to do with, and I hate, saying it like that, but fuck, it is what it is. And this is what I'm getting. Like, humans are complicated, but they aren't that complicated at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's like you start seeing patterns and shit. But, there's some emotional awareness that I think you could benefit from, which, what I mean by that is plain and simple English, is just starting to kind of pay more attention to your shit, because there's some emotional blockages, I feel, also. But, This to me is like, I don't know. I keep feeling like some type of like if I'm going to, see things from your eyes, it's like, maybe it's like a deep down emotional thing about how I fucking feel about myself. And it's preventing me. This is one of the core things preventing me from making this decision. Because it's like so hard to make this fucking decision, even though it's not. But to execute it, it's like pulling fucking teeth for you, dude. You know what I'm saying? So the answer will be found in your emotional self-awareness. Okay? Next, do I work on others? Yeah. I mean, do I do work? Absolutely. Miss Darren, I hope that it's my intention that serves you to your highest good. Even if maybe at this point some of it may be what? Miss BB. Miss BB, go ahead and say the word Sachiel. Adela, I'm gonna see if I can get you next. Slide you in next there. Miss Leo. Okay. So Miss BB, go ahead and just say the name Sachiel or Sachiel. Allow whatever needs to come through. Just whatever needs to come through. This limited time that we have here. Wow, you seen how many times I shuffled? What the fuck? Okay. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. Well, I have no doubt that your little friend that is on the way to you is going to definitely assist you. But as we're talking right here, right now, there's also been a decision or a choice that maybe you've had to make. Okay, and I see that you haven't done it either. You seen how many times I shuffled? It's Aries, but Leo moon. Oh, okay. Well, it's the hair, Adela, because you got I know lionesses don't have the mane, you know what I'm saying? But like, but anyways, so Miss BB, there is something that you are stalling on. It could be it's some form of a choice about something, but it's definitely showing up here, so it's major. Okay. There's another. I don't know if you've been divorced. Okay. I don't know if you've been divorced, but I feel like there is some form of a divorce that there is still an attachment to. Okay. And I'm gonna say, Miss BB, that you lost some shit in this divorce. Like, even like, maybe it didn't maybe turn out well for you, or as well. It's something about it. I mean, besides, yes, divorces are painful, just flat out, right? But there was a loss. Like you felt like somebody took something from you. It's a different kind of a loss. It's like someone taking something from you. There's an attachment to that. And these attachments or cords need to be released. And I know you're in the rapid cash STIMMY ritual, the 7-day angelic payout. So we're going to be dealing with that. Okay, so you can bring all that to the table as well. We're happy to have you. Adela, we know that you was soldier. The Queen Mackie, she's in the house too. So a lot of the fam here we're raring to go. Okay, who's next? Who's next? What time is it, yo? Let me see. Oh, geez, I gotta get going, yo. Who's next? I would pick you, TV, but you're not raising your hand. You're just saying. Miss BB, you're very welcome, Miss BB. I would also maybe light a candle, just a white candle to Sachiel if I was you. That's what I've been told anyway. There's like newbies here. I'm trying to get to the ones who've been like on here for okay. Okay, Sue. I'm going to keep it fair. I seen Sue Crandell, I'm waiting for Adela to pop up. I'm waiting for TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I seen Sue. Not to take anything away from Sue, no problem, Sue. Sue, go ahead and say the name Sachiel or Sachiel in your mind, okay? Just let it reverberate. Nicole Pindell, she's been there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. Okay. What are we talking about? Who did I get again? Sue. Sue, you're about to manifest some either unexpected or surprise money. I think this is a message also of encouragement. I feel like whatever this work is that you've been doing to, becoming more aware of like your thoughts, like what is it that you actually really believe? Because you can't outrun your beliefs. You can't outrun, your programs. And I see, it seems to be that you've been putting in some work as far as just understanding who Sue is. And I want to just encourage you that it's working. Okay, you're about to manifest either money and or some materials, some things that you've been wanting. Maybe it's, I don't know, clothes, maybe it's a certain pair of shoes, a bag, or I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying that because you're a woman. Like, not every woman wants a bag, but yeah. Sequanitha Hunter, go ahead and say the words. The word Sachiel or Sachiel. Just call out Sachiel's name. Sachiel's name. Sequanitha Hunter. Sachiel. All right. Okay. So, let me see here. I feel Sequanitha. Let me see. Miss Hunter. I feel right now you are in a process too of figuring out what it is that you want. I feel like you pretty much know. I think it's more just admitting to yourself what you want. Being like, you know what? I really do want this shit. Okay. For some reason, it wants me to tell you that you have like this favor around you. Okay. That's why you're probably going to notice, maybe people giving you free shit. You happen to get a really good deal on something that you maybe shouldn't have, or I don't want to say shouldn't have, because if you did, then you should have, also having to do with somebody of a managerial or upper boss, a woman in particular, is like looking out for you as far as like, I don't know if this is the boss, manager, or whatever, but like you seem to be like a twinkle in their eye or some shit instead of a scratch on their ass. Okay, but yeah. You're very close. You need to, there's just a little bit more refining into what it is exactly that you want. Okay? Good night, Miss BB. Does that make sense to you? Yes, Nancy L. Good. Okay, who's next? Come on, because Daddy Shangito got to go here. TV. All right, TV, go ahead and say Sachiel or Sachiel in your mind. Let that shit resonate, reverberate, penetrate, lacerate. All the eights, okay? All the eights. Let me see here. And I got you, Miss Mackey. I got the Mackey. I know Slacky on the Mackey. I know Slacky on the Mackey. Okay? So TV, what's up? Okay, TV, I think there needs to be as far as just like in this particular space right now, there is maybe, I don't know if it's definitely, I feel like an air sign or somebody with hella air in their chart. Okay. Could be an Aquarius, but it could be any of the air signs. This dude is probably older than you. Okay. But if I'm looking at y'all's interaction, like I think he might have just like kind of cut out or something, or I don't know what it is that he did, or maybe you cut it off. But this is more or less something like, I don't know if he was kind of feeling this person or whatever. Could have been from the past too. Obviously, it's like, I feel like it's more, I could be wrong, but it's more past related. But there is an attachment to that situation because in a way it's like what I'm being shown is like you were imprinted when this happened, okay? And you probably forgot about this shit. But it's there, and that's what Sachiel does. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. An air sign. Yeah. A flatulence sign. You know what I'm saying? Got you a flatchy sign. You know what I mean? But, yeah. So, I need to fucking stand up, man. Shit. Marathon shit here. Yeah, I am the marathon man. No, you know what I'm saying. Okay, who's next? Who wants a card? I'm not answering questions. I'm just doing like an angel read. You get what you get. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know, I will do this. I'm just going to say Adela. Adela, go ahead and say the name Sachiel or Sachiel. Elizabeth, I will service you right after. Okay. So go ahead. Adela, you there? Oh. Well, once you look into it, TV, whichever one was cut off from you or felt like it was cut off and you were just like, damn, I kind of like that one, you know? Adela, yes, go ahead and say Sachiel or Sachiel in your mind, okay? Or say it out loud or whatever, okay? Island gal, wagwan. Man, y'all just keep coming, huh? I'm a fucking, that's usually not a bad thing, huh? But, yeah. Okay. Shit. People smell free readings or cards. They're like, you'll know which one, TV. And if you need to, go through each one and just release that. You know what I'm saying? Release that chord or those chords up. Okay. This is kind of like this is kind of like an encouragement for you, Queen Mackie. Okay, Queen Mackie. Elizabeth Gonzalez, thank you for subscribing. Okay, but look, for one, I'm being shown that there was something that happened to you or something that happened in your experience that came out of nowhere. It seemed to come out of nowhere. It really shook you up, but it's something that you're actually going to be able to use. You got like the millionaire card too. I'm not saying necessarily that you're going to be a millionaire, but hey, if you get to 100,000 there, like, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to be complaining? You know, but okay. Another thing here. So basically, I see you actually using something that at one point in time really kind of like fucked you up, but now you're using it. You found a way to use it. Like you transformed it. You're the alchemist, girl. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, you are headed financially. You keep getting these, man. Like you are headed that direction. Another thing too here, Sachiel, let me tell you that somebody had tried doing some work on you. It's like someone trying to throw a rock in your path, a big boulder, and instead you use it as a staircase. You know what I mean? Like you use it. So I see you kind of getting into this mode where you're using what used to hinder you can now propel you. You know what I'm saying? So look, I'm gonna tell you what. Sue, did I just do you or was that another Sue? Hey, did I just do you or what? God damn, yo. I'll never fucking get out of here, huh? Y'all gonna try and make it so I never fucking leave, huh? Well, I got to go. So I'm gonna do like two more. Sue, I seen you. Sue, go ahead and say the words Sachiel or Sachiel to you out loud or whatever. All right. Okay. Does that make sense to you though, Mackie? All right. Sue, right? Sue, they're telling me, he's telling me too, that you are a creator and you are actually, there's something that you've been wanting to start that you've kind of been like, you know, yeah, right? There's something that you've been wanting to start. I feel like it's some type of side hustle, new business, whatever, all right? Do your due diligence and start or complete your due diligence because sometimes you don't want to get stuck in this part, you know, where you go, let me watch another video on it, let me read another book on it. Really, you know, I get it, there's a point in the time for that, but you got to kind of take the information and like start to put it to use. That's how it starts to change you. That's how it becomes a part of you. Other than that, you just keep fucking getting more information, more information, more information, more information, and you never do anything. Okay, so as a former master procrastinator, I can tell you that sometimes that's a form of distraction. So you just want to be, you know, watch out for that. But by all means, you definitely want to cross your T's, dot all your I's, and do all the research that you can in regards to whatever this new form of security that you are establishing. Take action, okay? You got the world by the fucking cojones, okay? Nikki Nakia, you're who I seen. Absolutely, Miss Mackey. Nikki Nakia. I'm sorry, folks. I know you're going to be mad at me, but Nikki Nakia, once I do this, I must go, okay? I must fucking go, okay? Absolutely, Sue. It's my intention this makes sense to you when it needs to. You know what I mean? Nikki Nakia. Go ahead and say the word Sachiel or Sachiel to yourself. Just let it reverberate. Be receptive. What fucking time is it, yo? Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do like maybe two more, okay, after this. Fucking trying to spoil y'all with shit. Wow. Nikki Nakia. I gotta tell you like this, man. I've been shown a little, I get to kind of like peep. I get to kind of be a little peeping Tom in your shit, okay? Libra Lay. What's going on, Libra Lay? So look, 3 of diamonds, right? 3 of diamonds, man. I see like this going through so many. Like, I just want to actually encourage you, you know, give you a round of applause, Nikki Nakia. For one, your prosperity is going to keep incrementally increasing, which is good. You want a nice pace to that, you know. For each new level, you get acclimated. Your frequency gets acclimated, and now it like almost solidifies in a way, and it kind of like becomes a part of who you are. So it's not something foreign that you're going to push away. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, I feel like you have been doing some work and working on your own, you know, sense of how you value yourself has actually, like, your fucking self-esteem, your self-image, all that shit, like, that's going like that too. And that's like the secret sauce, you know what I'm saying, for you. That's really, he's showing me that. And I got to tell you this too, Sachiel, let me know to tell you. You may want to consider joining the Rapid Cash STIMMY 7-day angelic payout because, but you don't. I'm not saying you don't even need to, or I'm just, well, probably do, but no. You got a manifestation coming, and this is specifically of money. This is like a lump sum or some type of, maybe it's something that was owed to you or whatever. But basically though, you're doing fucking phenomenal. You're doing great. You're actually doing great. From what I'm being shown here, you're doing great. Increase, increase, increase. So forecast for tomorrow, forecast for the next month, forecast, increase. As long as you keep doing what you're doing, increase. All right. Elizabeth Gonzalez. Go ahead, Elizabeth, and say the words Sachiel. Okay, go ahead and say Sachiel or Sachiel. Say the name, let it reverberate. Let whatever needs to come through, okay? Oh, okay, Nikki, go to the description box of this video. You'll see the link there, or you can go to shango-ray.com, okay? Because we're going to be closing the doors here soon. Like, I was going to close them on midnight, but what I'm going to do is close it tomorrow at about 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay? Who the fuck was this? Oh, Elizabeth. Okay, one more time. Elizabeth Gonzalez, go ahead and just say the word Sachiel or Sachiel, all right? Say the name of that the presence. Let it reverberate within you. All right. You know, I feel like there was a move or some plan of action that you wanted to do. Okay? You had something planned, but it's like it changed and like either it got canceled or some things happened that it was like, okay, it's either going to be delayed or it's either not going to happen. And Sachiel has also shown me to you walk around a lot of time not feeling safe in this world, and definitely not feeling safe within a relationship or anything like that. And he actually definitely wants me to encourage you that A, you're not alone. You do not have to carry the burden of these kinds of emotions along with you. I know at some level, a part of you probably thinks you're protecting yourself by, you know, thinking about this shit or maybe even feeling this shit. Forgive me for the way I'm explaining it. You know, sometimes these sensations and these things are difficult to translate into human language, you know, or the sense that I get. I'm doing my best. But yeah, I see like one of the things here that seems to be like, I would say almost haunting you is this sense of like not feeling safe, especially within a relationship. I don't know if maybe it's a current relationship or if it's been a pattern of relationships from in the past. And I'm willing to even just bet that it's based off of things that you've seen also when you were younger too, that the underlying message was, you're not safe. This world's not a safe place. This is not whatever. And yes, of course, I do know that within the world, you know, danger does exist, but it doesn't have to. My ex. Okay. I see. Lady K, what's popping? Right on the key. So yeah, you're being encouraged. And matter of fact, okay, I'll let her know that. You can also light a candle, a white or a pink candle. You can either write the name Sachiel or Sachiel on it. Or, I mean, you don't technically have to do that part, but you could just light a candle and on a Sunday, and you can just offer that up to Sachiel. There's some things he would like to do with you, or she would like to do with you. It would like to do with those things. Show you a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? All right. I got one more. I got one more in me. The man been talking for damn near 3 hours straight, yo. Well, welcome. Libra Lay, you're the one I seen. Libra Lay. Libra Lay. Okay, you're the one I seen. So Libra Lay, go ahead and woo woo, you have a better night. Libra Lay. Yes, smirky ass TV. I hate when you hit me with the smirk face. I hate that shit. All right, Libra. Libra Lay. Excuse me. There's a Sagittarius lay and there's a Libra lay. You know what I'm saying? Say the name Sachiel to yourself. Just call that name. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going on 3 hours, Island Gal. But I am the marathon man. You know what I'm saying? To the point where quality does not suffer. It's just I do have to go somewhere. That's all, because I got to get to the store before it closes. I need some shit. Okay, so Libra lay. All right, Libra lay. Okay, just a second here. I want to do a good one for Libra lay. I mean, I want to do a good one for all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? But, all right. Yeah, I got to go after this, though. Okay. Libra lay. I want you to know that your steps now are going to lead you into a place of, what is the word I'm looking for? Let me describe this accurately. As accurately as I can, anyway. What the fuck is the word? I just had a major brain flatulence right now. It was probably so loud you might have heard it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like emotionally self-secure, I guess. I guess you can call it confidence, but it's more than confidence. Okay. Sachiel is telling me that you are your source for emotional security. And as you build and strengthen that, you will see the other situations rise up in your experience to, like, conversely mirror that for you. The emotional security that you are looking for must come from yourself first. Okay? You cannot get it from the outside first. You got to get it from yourself. You can get hints and tastes of it. You know what I'm saying? You got any more of that? You know what I'm saying? But you are your source. You are your source. And there is also an attachment to somebody who knows how to kind of push your buttons, you know, in a manipulative way. I mean, we all manipulate things. I'm manipulating these cards right now. It's not a bad thing necessarily, you know what I'm saying? But I feel in particular, an individual who you need to release your attachment to. Doesn't mean, you know, when I say release an attachments, some of these attachments are people that we're still going to have to deal with in a certain way, but we're not going to be energetically bound to them or attached to them. You know what I'm saying? So there's somebody that definitely knows how to push your buttons, knows how to say just the right things to get in that airy mind of yours, okay? Because you Libras damn sure like to, y'all know you like to do all that. You probably talk hella fast too, don't you? And visualize crystal clearly when you want to, all right? But yeah, so that's coming up too, because, you know, in a sense, I was shown that it's taking some of your mental processing power from you. You know what I mean? When you can be it's like having too many apps on your phone. You know what I'm saying? It's like delete some of this shit that you don't need. It's one of those kind of cases like that. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Well, people, Papa Shanguito, the fuck up out of here. I've been here for damn near 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kiss myself. Okay. So yeah, it's my intention that all these different readings and shit serve you to your highest good. Okay. And thank y'all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay. And yeah, so I knew you did, Libra Lay. But absolutely, Audriverse. Absolutely, Kissy. Kissy with the kissies. All right, TV, I bid you adieu. Okay. So yeah, we'll be back. We may be back tomorrow. I'm preparing for the ritual. Today is just all about tomorrow's ritual for me. Today and tomorrow is just all about the ritual. That's why I was like salving the fuck out with the custom spirit servants, getting them all done, packaged. We basically mailed out. There's only like a few more, like 2 or 3, but I'm going to take care of them Friday because right now what's on my plate is this ritual. Yeah, so, and y'all go check out TV to one of the bands. She has a channel, social commentary, I guess you could say. I don't know how you. Absolutely Pacific Aura. All right, KL. So y'all be good, okay? And definitely probably we may be back tomorrow, okay? But I might drop something else. I wanted to do one more thing about Sachiel, but we'll see or whatever. But let me get to this store and get the fuck out of here. LaJuanda Wilson, shout out to you. All right, peace.